Hey everybody, let's take a look inside, see what we got left to work on. Got pretty much most of the trim done. All of it's done here in the kitchenette area. Still have a couple of pieces left up here that I need to install, and in the back there, and then again over here on this side. That's what I'm going to work on today. I try to finish up this trim, and so let's go ahead and get to it. I've installed the trim into the back corner along that top shelf, and then again up both sides, the left and the right. I've run trim along the far side there, and that trim is just flexible enough to make it around that curve where it starts to taper down towards the front. This corner is going to be really tricky because the surface that where I can attach the trim tapers down to nothing there before you even reach the corner. So I'm going to have to make a couple of taper cuts. So what I'm going to do is I'll hold the trim up to the point on the wall where the surface area disappears, and then I'll mark about 5 inches to the right where the taper begins, and then I'll draw a straight line, and that'll determine my taper. Okay, the initial taper fits really well, but now the trim sticks out beyond the door trim, so I'm going to need to make an additional taper cut on the adjacent side. It's not that easy to see here, but I've actually tapered down the adjacent side of the original taper. Perfect fit. Only took a couple of cuts. Okay guys, I finished up all the trim that I'm able to finish. Got these corners and that side. This was the really tricky part, was this end down here, because I had taper it on 2 edges, and then I had to connect 2 pieces there, and then go through a curved angle there. But worked out okay. Got all this done. Got this done here in the back as well. So really about the only thing left I have to do is this corner here, but I can't do that yet because it interferes with this hinge. I've got a fix for that, but that'll come later. That about does it on the trim for now. So why don't we just take a quick little look around. This is the kitchenette area. Let me move this file out of the way. Down here is where I've got the pump. If I switch that on, then I've got running water. Got a soap dispenser. And I can lift this up, you know, when I want to get to my gray water tank to empty that. This is my stove. This one comes out so that I can put this on a stand, and I can have a burner outside. This one is attached, and then for easy access I can just lift this up. Over here, this is where I keep all my cutleries, dishes and forks and knives. Fire extinguisher right there in case catch something on fire over here. Got a little table, 2 of them actually, that can set up right here. They work really nice. Inside here, this is my battery bank, and you can see it's vented to the outside. Got my charger plugged up right now because I'm running a couple of things. This is where I keep all my blocks and chocks, and got a little bit extra water there in case I need to fill the batteries. Distilled water. Over on this side, I've got my cooler, and I've got a couple of storage areas here. I've actually priced out a 12-volt refrigerator that will fit right in this spot, and one of these days, maybe Christmas or something like that, I'll drop that in here, and then I won't have to use a cooler with ice. I'll be able to have this running off the battery. Lots of storage under the bed. I've got 3 containers down there, and it goes all the way under. And then I've got a couple of shelves back here and a little cabinet area. I don't have a whole lot in here right now. Just a couple of things. Here I've got my got a couple of 12-volt outlet, got some 5-volt USB chargers, and I can see what my battery's doing. It's up to 14.3, so I know it's charging right now. Normally it's about 12.8 when it's fully charged. Got a plug here just in case I ever want to mount a small 12-volt TV or 120-volt TV. I've got this light here. I can turn on and off. I've got more 12-volt and more USB chargers there. I actually drilled a hole in there so you can see the light. Here I've got my light switches. This is for the internal light. And this one is for the outside light. And there's a single bed. I'm going to be expanding that. I'll build a little platform right there, and then I'll be able to drop, I'll move this out and drop another mattress right behind it, and that'll turn this into a full bed. Got my magic fan right here. Turning on and off right there. Runs off the battery. This is my egress window. This will go all the way out, and then I can just pull the screen out, and then I can escape if I ever have to for whatever reason. Here's my other window. This one opens up and closes just by spinning this handle. More 120 plugs. Go ahead and turn this pump off. I don't like leaving it on when I'm not using it. And I'm going to take a quick look around on the outside. So I added all the trim around. This is the new Tractor Supply trailer. Nice long tongue. It's actually long enough I can probably mount a couple of propane tanks to the front, which I might do. This is where my water inlet is. This is where I hook up to 120. Got a couple of plugs in there. There's my jack. I put these scissor jacks on the front, and they keep this really stable, and I can level it off that way too. This is my battery vent. Got drip caps above the windows. Also have drip cap along the top. And I've got my reflectors on the back. And I don't have my license plate mounted yet. I'm probably going to mount it somewhere about right here. And I'll run some wiring up here so I can have a light to it. And then I've got my swing out jacks on the back. I've got those lights in the back and they're white. I'm gonna have to tape those off and paint them black because I'm not crazy about how that looks. Step back and get a look at the whole camper. There it is. One thing that I really like, I don't know if I can step back far enough, but you can see that the wheelbase is on the outside of the camper where before it was under the camper. So this is going to be a lot more stable. But that's all I got for this week. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.